Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Welcome to your reading for November 21st to the 27th. We have a new moon happening this week. We're fresh off of that eclipse that happened in your sign. And you are being asked to allow yourself to be in flow, to allow yourself to move with the energies around you. If there's too much resistance, if it's too hard, it's not the right movement. And so there's this they really want you to open up to allowing yourself to just kind of follow the path of least resistance for a little while. And when you come off of an eclipse like that, there's a lot of three cards. There's a lot of there's a lot of energy that's been cleared out. And so there shouldn't be that much, I feel like there shouldn't be that much debris in the way, and you should be able to just be moving forward on what it is that you want to do in a way that should feel easy. There's an ease to this. There shouldn't be all this restriction. Except that for some reason, you seem to be clinging tightly. You know, I generally do not read these cards in reverse, but I gotta tell you, when I'm looking at this, there is a need to do that this time. So your overall energy here, you have the Wheel of Fortune with the Moon and the Page of Swords. It's called the Innocence of Swords. And so the Wheel of Fortune is turning. You know, you kind of went through, eclipses are always a difficult way to transition through things. This moon here is showing Venus in Pisces with it, which is really nice energy. So Venus rules your sign. She's exalted in Pisces, and she feels very loved there. And so this really looks to me like there's a need to go within and to really love yourself. I love that the wolf is there. The wolf is an interesting totem because it's a leader of the pack, right? But it can be the lone wolf. It can work in tandem with just one other wolf. They'll pair up in the spring, and then they come together in the fall to hunt together. But if someone doesn't fit in, they get kicked out and they become that lone wolf. But they have survival instinct, and that survival, that listening to the heart, the knowing what to do and when. But you have this innocence of the swords here, and it is a panther. And so it's almost as though you are learning to move through the dark spaces, that, you know, to the quiet zones, into the listening to your intuition. With this moon here and the Page of Swords, I feel like there is a graduation that is going to be happening for you as you allow yourself to really tune in and trust the messages that come through to you through your intuition. And that can't happen unless you kind of pull your energy in, and there's a need to rest. And I feel like you've been very busy, lots of things happening, and all this energy, and you're feeling a little out of balance. So here we have the card of justice, and you're looking for the justice in something. You're looking for things to be fair and balanced, but where it's located, it feels as though things are out of balance. And so and I think they're out of balance because you're just got your nose to the grindstone, and you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing. And it's either that, or you feel like you've been stuck in a rut and nothing's moving and you need things to move. It is one or the other. And the reason it's about the work play energy that I'm sensing that's out of balance is because we have the Four of Swords here in the area of the obstacle. So either you're not getting enough rest, or you're like sitting around going, I need to be working more. This Taurus doesn't really like it when they're not working. That being said, Taurus knows how to play. So that balance between work hard, play hard, is always the thing that you're doing. So which cycle, which part of that are you in? It will be different for all of you based on where you are in the pendulum swing. But there is a need for you to explore your intuition a little more. And so even if you're in the area where you think, I don't need any rest, I'm fine, I'm really ready to get back to work, there's a need to maybe you're coming off of vacation or something. There's a need to not lose touch with your intuition that looks like it's trying to grow and develop here. In the area of what's been draining your resources has been confusion. We have the Seven of Cups. So many choices, so many things, can't really see what needs to be done. Feels like it's really been draining your resources. And there is a need to move slowly to do the research. But I think this is more about, instead of trying to this is about following your intuition. Really digging into that. The key to the situation is we have this Four of Pentacles, but he's in the reverse. And this Four of Pentacles in the reverse really says to me that either you've been hanging on too tightly and you need to let go of your resources, or there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear around the resource question. So in your heart, it seems like you've been really stressing out, lots of reasons you could be, for about financial situations and concerns right now. And also, though, this time of year, it is the harvest time. And so say you're a farmer. I mean, you're trying to see if you can get your crops in before the winter, and can you find the right market for it, and will you be able to sell your goods? So that's the farmer, but that could also be anybody. So say if this Black Friday got its name because it would take until then for retailers to break even for the year. And so everything that they sold between Thanksgiving and Christmas, that was the profit for the year. And so that would be the harvest, right, for the whole year of working to get to the point to stay at the break even, so that now they can have profits. So that's where the profitability overall would happen. And so there is that harvesting. There's a need to collect in at this time, and see where our resources is. There's a checking in of our resources. Now, resources could be emotional. They could be financial, and those are really the only two energies I'm getting here, is emotionally, things have felt out of balance, or financially. And when you're an earth sign, one thing affects the other. So the action to take, we have the Eight of Swords. It's reversed. You're not trapped. The Eight of Swords always says you're not trapped. You only think you are. But this one feels different to me. This one, it looks like it actually in the center of the rose, it really is in the shape of a heart. This feels very much like your heart is really shut down, because we also have the Page of Cups as the action to take. He's in the reverse. And so there's a lot of anxiety, stress, concern in the heart space in the very present moment of trying to figure out what to do, how to free your heart. That's what it feels like, because the the Page of Cups really says if you're trying to create from joy and happiness, then you grow in abundance. And so there's a real need to create a balance in your life through having joy in it. What's really interesting to me is that we go from this Four of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles, and in the Three of Pentacles, you've lost a pentacle, but in that you gain. And so I wonder where you can give some of your energy to something else in order to bring things into alignment, is what they said, and they definitely are in alignment there. So that would be mentorship. That would be teaching somebody something. That would be donating things you don't need. That would be finding a way to give freely of your resources, because then when you do that, you say to the universe, I know that I can manifest more, and Taurus, you can manifest more of whatever it is you want. Here in the area of resources, we have the Six of Pentacles. That's bringing them into balance. And so there's definitely something that has to be given away of some form of energy, time, knowledge, wisdom, emotional energy, something in order to bring your life back into balance. The question of balance is really important here. This Knight of Swords was in the reverse, and it feels like it should be in the reverse, as in move forward, but with caution, because we have Mars in retrograde in Gemini, and that would definitely say move forward with caution. This isn't about rash decision making, but it is about movement forward. There's some thought that needs to go into it, but there's a need to free yourself from a situation where you're not trapped, but you feel like you're trapped. So this new moon that's coming up here, I'm going to actually cover it in more detail when I do the collective reading. That'll come out at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday night, Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. It's a premiere video, and we do a live chat. I would love to have you join us in the chat. If you're watching on your phone, you have to click the live chat button to get into the right chat area. But let's take a look at how that moon is working this week to see if we can't get a little help on this. The moon is definitely important here. It is going to move this wheel of fortune. Either that or the eclipses we just had are moving things. Wow, I love that you got this card. You have the home card. This is coming home to your own soul, and that all paths lead to you feeling at home and stable. I also love that it's number 44, which is a divinely guided angel number. That's the new moon. So that new moon on Wednesday, set your intention while that moon is in Sagittarius. And that's right before Thanksgiving. Count your blessings, right? Give some of your time and energy to your loved ones, and set the intention of connecting in with your soul group, your soul family. There's a reason. There's the real need to bring joy in. Knight of Swords can also be a lot of rapid communication and conversation. But we start off this week with the moon in Scorpio, and that moon in Scorpio, it's the second time the moon's been in Scorpio during Scorpio season. That's unusual. But it's wrapping it all up, and it's taking us into the next area. And you have the Aurora Garden, beginning, initiate, and origin. How great of a place to have right before the new moon. But there's a big old house here. Well, I guess it's not, but it kind of looks like it, where it's all lit up. Begin, initiate, and origin. What would you like to create? Really? There's a need to really focus your intention on that. And I think there is a need to take action toward it. but I feel like it is in community with others. You have the card of home, which could be finding your tribe. And I think that bringing others along, figuring out who you can work with, how can you give your knowledge, your wisdom, your time, your heart, your caring, your financial support possibly, to bring things into your life back into balance. It isn't always about giving money. There's so many other resources that feel like are important here. You have the light dancer, illumination, radiant self, shining soul. Let your light really shine out there. You have so much to offer. This really feels more like offerings of the heart and offerings of wisdom and knowledge than it does of writing a check. This really is inviting you to not keep all of not be so locked down in the heart space. That's what it feels like. It feels like opening up your heart and inviting others in. And there's plenty of opportunity for that this week. If you're in the U.S., we have Thanksgiving, but I think anywhere that you live, it's a week where you're really being invited to invite in others. You need some fun. I think maybe you've been healing from something and you've really pulled your energy in, and it's time to get out there and play a little. I think that is what they're really encouraging you to do. So the moon moves into Capricorn on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you have the coyote, which is the revealer of truth. But it says here, so when I see the coyote, I always think strategy or, working in the background. But this says, don't take things too seriously. Make time for play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and the tricks of life and learn from them. So there is knowledge and wisdom to be gained, but there is a need to lighten up. There is a need to figure out who you want to spend time with and go spend some time with people. Go and enjoy what you're doing, whether it is, spending time with family, spending time with friends, or, helping somebody with a problem. So maybe you have the ability to, I don't know, fix a car or something and one of your friends needs a hand, go help them. Or maybe someone's retiling a bathroom and you know how to do that, go help them with that. Or maybe you take on, you volunteer at the school and you work with a slow reader or something like that. I feel like there is a need for you to give of your energy in the form of emotional and in wisdom, which you have so much of. I think there's a need, because my heart, the whole time I've been talking, my heart hurts. It feels all closed up. It feels like it's being strangled. Like everything's pressing in on it. And I think there's a need to open up your heart a little and to allow some healing energy to come through in the form of laughter, in the form of other people appreciating you, for the energy exchange, right? The Six of Pentacles, this giving and receiving in balance. I think you're feeling unappreciated. I think you're feeling disconnected. And part of that could be because you've been working really hard or you've been hurt. There's a sense of you kind of hiding yourself off and a need to expose yourself to other people again. So kind of come out of the hermit stage, even though the hermit's not here. That's what it feels like. All right, guys. I would love to see you in the live chat. I'm on Facebook every day where I really look at a little bit more at the energy of the day and try to give you practical advice on how to use that. And if you're still watching and you haven't hit the thumbs up, I'd certainly appreciate that. It really supports the channel and helps it to grow. You guys take great care. All right. Go have some fun. Go have some fun. And I'll talk to you soon.